Alright, time for our next dungeon, which is the
Where
Sector
did
5.
Zack, where did you drop from?
Whoa! A monster?
No, seriously, where did you drop from? There's no rafters or anything.
Remember, it's like in the first soldier.
I don't know.
It's like in the first Soldier game where you parachute from above.
It introduces a couple of new monsters, the A monsters, which are, grayscaled, but they're variation of existing monsters, and in case the Sahagin.
No, actually, I don't even think you parachute in that one.
You know, now that you mention it, Dubs, I don't know if we covered it, but if anyone here has played the first Soldier, the original first Soldier game, what was it?
It was your typical battle royale, but I experienced with a lot of bots, so just camping in one spot and sniping the shit out of everyone did the trick for me.
I just ran around and shot everyone I could see.
So bots or not, was at least the gameplay core factor unique and fun, or
yes,
was it
because they
basically
integrated stuff like the materia for you to use magic and recovering stuff, but the problem, like I said, was relegated to mobile. It needed at least a PC port.
Why are there monsters here?
And here's a weird thing, these monsters do have Angeal's face on them.
Is that Angeal's face?
From which Devil May Cry game do you crawl out of?
Biblically accurate, Angeal.
It appears Genesis isn't the only one who can be copied.
Is that what Sega said about those Mega Drive novels? So Angeal teamed up with Hollander? I can't believe this is happening.
How could this happen to me?
There must be a logical explanation.
Final Fantasy, what do you think?
And now we're about to trigger a CG cutscene. The company training room. Possibly the most known part of Crisis Core promotional material. We used to sneak in there for fun when the seconds were out. Genesis, Angeal, and I.
You guys are pretty tight.
Yeah, I guess
roommates.
you could say that.
They were roommates.
Cousins, perhaps. I wonder.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Okay, this upcoming cutscene was all over the place in promotional material because it says, look what the PSP can show.
Infinite in mystery is a gift of the goddess. We seek it thus and take to the sky.
Oh my god.
Ripples form on the water's surface. The wandering soul knows no rest.
Loveless, Act 1.
You remembered.
How could I not when he beaten me? He killed my head.
I love how even Sephiroth's low-key annoyed by Genesis.
Don't take Sephiroth lightly. And here's my favorite track of the whole game, Truth Behind the Project, this piano piece, and with a bit of a string quartet. And yeah, again, this cutscene is well composed, well animated, good in graphics, and it kind of sold me on the idea of wanting a stage based on this for the Dissidia games. Sadly, we never got one, but my god.
Now, I haven't really played the remake in full, so I'm guessing they're using the PSP cutscene.
Yeah, is that the best you can do? Oh, well, Sephiroth, hey?
Angeal, stay back. I'll take Sephiroth alone.
Genesis.
The world needs a new hero.
No, go away. Come and try.
So smug, but for how long?
Bro, buddy, Sephiroth is
And
the OG.
the saddest thing is, but I really love Genesis' weapon. It's supposed to be like a... Okay, it treats it like an S-Talk kinda, but it has a larger, proper blade. and you can power it up. It's completely red, you know, crimson red, and you can power it up.
Yes, lightsaber.
It's super cool, and it's such wasted for such a character. Especially because now we have this stupid boss theme. Also, if you pay attention, kinda prototype for some of the special attacks for Bird-based Leap, which we'll reveal later. Stop! You'll destroy this place!
That's no way to talk to a hero!
Did I mention that Genesis can be kind of an idiot at times?
These three are supposed to be friends, by the way.
So, yeah, such friends, he looks like he killed one of them.
Not to be judgy, but he looks like the idiot of the group.
I'm sure Gact would appreciate that, Shiroi.
Make a try,
Oh,
you
that's
idiot.
who that's based
Here we
on?
go. Now you're hearing a snippet of the One-Winged Angel, these games version of One-Winged Angel, the world's enemy, and I so hate it.
And yes, Shiroi, Genesis was based on Gact visually, so much so to the point where people had the strong theory that the reason we weren't really getting anything else Genesis-wise was because of potential legal issues with the likeness.
he's also
But I'm
used
glad
Money
they
to
don't
hire
show.
him, I suppose,
He's
because
also
he's a big deal.
He's also his Japanese BA, actually. They never recasted him, by the way.
Wait, so they actually kept him for the
Yes,
remake too?
Enough.
Wow.
Remember, there was an interview with Nomura and Angeal,
Out of my way!
where he mentioned that there's still charms, and the only reason they never, you know, use that much dance is because they did not have much of the time. Genesis! Basically what happened is because during the clash, Angeal's blade broke and actually injured on the shoulder, Genesis.
Just a scrape. I'll be fine, don't worry.
And yes, you can still make all of your metaphors about sex with all of this.
Oh no, all that was incredibly yaoi.
So I didn't know that you
Even
were
if
aware
the
of
moral
Gact,
is barren
Shiroi.
of promises, nothing shall forestall
Oh my god, shut up! I was so tempted to put that clip from MST3K.
Okay. You know the misconception people have with thinking that every Final Fantasy VII character talks so weird and mysterious? Genesis is who you're thinking of.
Literal
with
the
that
poster
dialogue.
So, was everything alright?
Yes, as
Yep.
far as Genesis was concerned.
Damn, that poor Mega Drive.
That is for Angeal.
And Gio? What happened?
What?
Died.
Oh no. Later, I received one of his famous lectures.
Imagine Sephiroth getting lectured by someone else.
No honor and shit.
About what?
Always the same. Discipline, dreams, honor, etc.
Yada yada yada.
He wouldn't shut up about his stupid Buster Blade. I swear it's gonna be the death of me one of these days.
Ah, one of those, huh?
This dungeon serves to try to put a bit of a, you know, reinforce a bit the whole thing about Zack and Sephiroth being friends by the time of Nibelheim accident, but
Angeal. What are you up to?
honestly I still don't see it.
Surely nothing evil. I love how he had to black out to this cutscene.
It's because it's basically loading the beginning of a dungeon. This is all of the
Yeah,
secret
good.
laboratory. The door isn't receiving power. The source is Mako. Zack, head to the bottom level. There should be a way to restore the flow of Mako.
Your hair's probably long enough to reach the lever.
You know,
It's not
Sephiroth.
Rapunzel. Alright, this
I
is
don't
the
know.
our dungeon.
So Shura, you're aware of Gact, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah. I feel like if you know, like, even, like, anything remotely about Japanese entertainment, you've heard that name at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Fair point.
Anyway, the gimmick of this dungeon, as you may notice, that some of the scaffolding is retracted, so you need to create shortcuts and reach all the treasures.
I find it funny since we're with Sephiroth, who could probably just jump over all this stuff, but I always had canon that he's doing this to test Zack along the way.
Basically, we still also need a dungeon, so...
Like, that's the thing. When you have Sephiroth on your party, you have to do a lot to justify stuff actually being a challenge.
Again, other than that, not much to say on this. It's a cool idea, but nothing more to it than, you know, having this as the puzzle component. If anything, it's slightly a bit similar to what Remake Part 1 did doing this place, where, you know, it wasn't just a carbon copy of the Mako Reactor number 1, but instead, you know, you had the whole gimmick about going around and sabotaging the creation of the Airbuster.
You know one thing I find funny? You remember how people were up in arms when, you know, the twist about Remake kind of being more of a sequel than an actual remake came about was? Well, when it came time for the Crisis Core remake, a lot of people were theorizing, and some people were considering, okay, maybe we're more ready for some changes here and there. Maybe they'll include also the option that lets Zack survive or whatnot. And then Crisis Core was the remake that actually played things straight like people had originally wanted this.
The only changes that happened were on the gameplay department, outside of the recasting, the English cast, obviously.
Wait, yeah, like right down to even having, apparently now that you confirmed it, some of the exact same cutscenes just touched up essentially from the negatives.
Yeah, they just used the negatives and that was kind of it.
Which, I mean, you know what? I'm fine with it. It's just, I can imagine some poor folks, especially newcomers, being confused. It's like, which way is it? But no,
well,
like, I do get that the main purpose
point,
of the Crisis Core remake was to give
context,
full context
yeah.
to Zack's situation, because let's be honest, up until that, you know, anyone who was new to Final Fantasy VII was kind of thrown into the deep pool without, like, river rafters.
Is that what he's talking about? I thought you were going to mention the voice actors being different depending on what version of the game you play, because if I were in that situation where I played the PSP one rather than the new one, my first reaction would be like, why does Aerith sound like she's on horse tranquilizers?
Yeah, unfortunately, the VA they did get for Aerith back then was not particularly great.
You almost gave me a heart attack. It's like with any video game mass recasting. Sometimes you get the bad with the good. It happens in every series. It's probably going to happen with Mario.
It technically already has happened with Mario. We've gotten a massive cast shifting, which has been controversial.
Talking more about the reception more than anything.
The reception towards them.
The door should open now. Good work.
Who knows, if Donkey Kong Bonanza's anything to go by, maybe we are soon gonna get another Mario game.
Well, Bonanza seems to be doing flip-flopping because, you know, only Pauline is actual VA while the other is expressing, you know, gibberish.
But I digress.
How wretched.
Here, Zack, have a look at the atrocities committed.
The monster is Angeal's face. Is this where they make the copies?
They managed to have a lab inside Mako Reactor number 5, no one noticed. Shinra, everyone. Jeez. These are highly classified research documents Hollander must have stolen.
It was an insider job.
I was informed they all pertain to Project G, quote-unquote, degradation, and the Ancients.
Remember, Jibs, Hollander is the scientist that somehow made Hojo look sane by comparison. That's how bad it is.
Find me more around here somewhere. Help me find them. So yeah, you know, in order to be quote-unquote immersive, now you're locked inside the room, and you need to look up the context-sensitive points like in a point-and-click game.
Alright, Zack, time to investigate.
Is it going to be like in really old games where you tap something incorrect and the character's like, nah, that's not the right one?
No.
It is now an indisputed fact that the life form excavated from the earth is indeed of the ancient race spoken of in legend. Furthermore, history records that these ancients channeled the power of this planet to tear the earth asunder.
God, that research was so wrong.
Using the cells of the unearthed ancient, we have begun research on creating and mass-producing a race with comparable abilities.
Of course, eugenics, why not?
I mean, it's easy character for Shinra.
The primary objective of this research is to significantly reduce Mako excavation costs.
That's what it always comes down to.
My market
saving
share.
money. And that too.
Report on the soldier degradation phenomenon. The heightened abilities of soldier members are maintained by a delicate balance of various genetic factors.
Basically, how much of a main character you are.
A change in this balance could only be caused by a leak of genetic information, but this is not possible under normal circumstances. This phenomenon is unique to soldier type G.
How specific?
Type Godzilla. I'm getting woozy.
Reading is
How
so
those Mako
exhausting.
doses doing for you?
Come to think of it, the wound Genesis received. It's time for a flashback. The wound was superficial, but for some reason, Genesis wasn't healing.
Shinra's doctors are shit.
I mean, yeah.
Even calling doctors even.
The man who treated him was Hollander.
Well.
Professor Hollander, how is Genesis?
He's dead.
The Mako that got into his system through the wound is complicating matters.
Yeah, I kinda dig Hollander's portrait. You know, correct enough. Is it treatable?
No.
Well, first, he's going to need a transfusion. You aren't viable, Sephiroth. Can't be perfect at everything.
I didn't say anything.
Well, this is kind of a significance that it felt for Sephiroth that he was excluded. Why couldn't I be the donor? Now we do know the reason, because instead he's a different kind of project tied to Jenova, but he didn't. And he felt that it was a case of, you know, his friends being separated from him. A soldier type G.
Well, I'm sure that won't have any ramifications on anyone's mental state.
Project G summary. Objective: utilize the cells of an ancient to harness said ancient's abilities.
Shut up, you gotta learn something.
It was Hollander's work, but it seems he didn't get the results he expected,
Oh well, I'll just have to try again.
which meant he failed. However,
Nah, I'm sure it's a massive success.
well, we got nothing else to
Sephiroth, is
click,
there any
so
reason that you keep pausing every time we
I
find
need to
something?
be cool, like Shadow.
Yeah, shut up. I gotta remember something.
Genesis was the subject of Project G. What does the G stand for?
Goofus.
Project Genesis. There you go.
Genesis?
Contrary to this report, Genesis showed clear signs of change. Not only that,
Copies?
abominations.
Affront to gods.
Just like any scientist will do.
Sephiroth?
Sorry, we cannot just barge in. Hollander, I thought I'd find you here.
What a shame. The place is still a mess. I wasn't expecting visitors. Want to kill me, eh? But then, who will stop Genesis and Angeal's degradation?
Oh, speaking of which, Genesis.
You won't take Hollander.
At least you're not quoting Loveless again.
I love this goofy run.
Zack, go! Oh, that's the thing. Hollander is running on classic Dr. Robotnik logic that despite Soldier being a Zack being Soldier, he cannot catch him up with him.
There is no hate, only joy. For you
It's
are beloved
it's
by
the long
goddess.
legs. It carries him further.
Beautiful. Hero of the dawn. Healer of worlds.
My god, I spoke too soon. Loveless again. You'll never change.
3 friends go into battle. One is captured, one flies away, and the one that is left becomes a hero.
A story we've all heard before.
If we were to enact it, would I be
Would
the
I
one
be the
to
one
play
to play the hero? Or would you? Yeah. Indeed. After all, your glory should have been mine.
Oh, so
I
that's
should have been the main villain of Final Fantasy VII. You stole the
Hold on.
rights from me, you bastard.
How petty.
Huh. What I want now, most of all, is the gift of the goddess.
You're kinda skipping out on the hero's journey, mate.
He wants it all easily.
Giving up the hero's life to be a simp, oh my god.
Who gives a shit about the heroes?
You certainly seem to do, Mr. It should have been me, not him. It's
All
not
right.
fair.
The
God,
second,
Dolph Ziggler.
the second part of the dungeon is Zack chasing down Hollander, so this is a good point for me to mention.
Hollander, you can't escape.
You can't escape me, I'll chase you through the ends of the earth.
Damn it! He caught up to me!
Boop. How convenient.
I can't get through. Gotta find another
You
way.
can't jump.
Why not just hang around it?
Sorry, Jova. Again, we're operating kind of Dark Souls logic where a main protagonist cannot, or even Pokemon, where a protagonist cannot overcome a simple push or something.
The funny thing is, we see cutscenes where he very well can do somersaults, long leaps, and everything.
Cutscene power to the max, that's what it is. Anyway, let me use this moment to actually mention the quote. Again, there's this one quote from CB11 that I kind of treasure that he did when he was reviewing Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and he was recapping Konami's behavior circa mid-2010s about, treating their employees badly and wanting the whole pachinko thing and, abandoning Kojima. But at the end of the day, he rationalized that rather than being straight up malicious, the company was just really stupid, while, as he quotes, companies like Warner Bros., Ubisoft, or EA are genuinely evil, and if they had the power, they will actually resurrect Dracula themselves to appease the shareholders. As time progresses, I'm genuinely convinced some of them actually have, at least a page in a drawer that has such a possibility. Anyway, here's our boss fight. The Angeal copy of the Ahriman monster.
I don't have time for this.
Too bad,
The
you're
air
fighting me.
retractor. It's not too difficult of a fight, but it borrows a bit of a gimmick from the 13th trilogy. The monster immediately casts Doom on Zack. So, you have a timer.
What fun.
It's basically roughly 5 minutes, but again, to quote rules, 5 minutes should suffice. And again, this is the hard fight, so just to give a bit of a scope. And is the monster weak to wind? The Gale Blast move from one of Zack's weapons is the perfect tool for the job. So basically, this entire fight consists in Zack pogo sticking on his sword. Also, his new limit break that I acquired in the meantime, Apocalypse, which in Crisis Core is a limit break that he acquires from Genesis. Basically, the way limit breaks work in Crisis Core is that Zack has a few original things on his own, but for a lot of things he gets taught some techniques by some of his friends. For example, Sephiroth teaches him about Ultra Slash, Cloud teaches him about Meteor Rain, Genesis teaches him about Apocalypse, and so on and so forth. Tseng corresponds to a helicopter bombardment. Don't ask her, Angeal's limit break taught to Zack is basically a set of flurry punches. You'll be able to see it, eventually, because it's a neat way how they integrated it. You'll be able to see it.
I like you literally rung his bell.
Mm-hmm. I think this is the equivalent of your DPS rushes, don't get intimidated by the attacks and focus on staggering the enemy.
And since it's level 85, obviously, as is typical of a gacha, make sure you're leveled up for endgame. Well, assuming this was endgame at the time at first.
Yeah. You have to remember, when these were released, they were, specifically balanced towards how the endgame for your party was actually composed. You have to remember, Crisis Core, sections can be achieved by only one party member alone, only by Zack, so the fights have to be structured to be balanced around that.
I would say this is... Oh, hold on.
Oh, come on! Stop running already!
Literally, what reason do I have to, jackass?
Be quiet and stop running and get apprehended quietly, please.
Oh.
Just lie down and
stop
die.
There for a bit.
I mean, he's still, overweight scientist.
Wait!
Hollander, do you understand what you're doing?
Now that's a
Running
stupid
away from the
question.
maniac chasing me?
And here's Angeal.
Working for Hollander now? What is it you're after?
The truth!
Of 10 years ago.
world domination.
Oh, well, I see he's
Oh.
taken up a hobby.
A little different.
That's not even funny, man.
I don't think he's joking.
How about revenge?
That Angeal known for all his classic jokes.
For what?
Put a pin on that, Jova.
Angeal!
We're about to get another proper pre-rendered cutscene for his wing to pop up. Time for more stupid dialogue. I become a monster. Monster objective is usually world domination or revenge.
You don't want that. And those aren't the wings of a monster.
Well then, what are they?
The wings of an angel.
I see. Then what should an angel fight for, Zack? What do angels dream of?
What am I fighting for?
Hold on, it's even better.
Angeal.
Angels only dream of one thing.
Death? What's that?
To be human. Oh my god, he's so deep!
Oh!
Does you feel human after I socked you in the gut?
And because... defend yourself. And because Zack was put on some precarious scaffolding, there you go. Angeal does that and makes Zack fall. But to be fair, this is Sector 5, so he should be fine. We'll have to see what happens.
He'll just like break his legs, but he'll live.
We'll see what happens when we return eventually to Prey Score, which will not be too long for now. But for the next part, instead, we have the first of a two-parter dedicated for the Summer 2024 seasonal event. So see you for that.
Bye.
See ya.